All right, buckle up. Because we've got a thrilling breakdown of the AFC Championship game where the Chiefs took down the Buffalo Bills once again in one of the most intense and action-packed playoff battles we've seen in recent years. And honestly, it's becoming more and more clear that a third Super Bowl for the Chiefs might just be inevitable. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's dive deep into what was a roller coaster ride of emotions, big plays, and unforgettable moments that all led to the Chiefs securing a spot in their third straight Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous the entire time. There were so many highs and lows, and it seemed like at any moment the tide could shift. But in the end, the Chiefs proved once again that they're built for these kinds of moments. Let's start from the top. The Chiefs won the coin toss and chose to defer, so the Bills got the ball first. Now, things didn't start too well for Buffalo. Josh Allen came out firing, but nearly threw 2 interceptions on their first drive. And after a quick 3 and out, the Chiefs defense was already making a statement. Mike Dana was all over Allen early on, getting pressure and forcing mistakes. The Chiefs offense, on the other hand, looked sharp right from the jump. Yeah, I opened up with some impressive RPOs, and Hollywood Brown was involved early, catching back-to-back passes. But then it was Juju Smith-Schuster who had a big 31-yard catch that put the Chiefs in great position near the red zone. From there, Kareem Hunt did what he does best. Pound the ball. He had 3 consecutive runs barreling his way into the end zone for the opening touchdown. The Chiefs were up 7-0, and the energy in the stadium was electric. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. But Buffalo, being the elite team they are, responded quickly. Allen hit Shakir on a shallow crossing route on 3rd and 3, and the Bills moved the chains with a successful tush push on a critical 3rd and 1. So, but then, boom, a big break for the Chiefs. Allen mishandled the snap, and the Bills' drive sputtered. Tyler Bass managed to nail a 53-yard field goal to bring Buffalo within 4, but they were already on the ropes. The Chiefs, not to be outdone, kept their foot on the gas. Mahomes used his legs for a 12-yard scramble, and on the next play, it was Kareem Hunt again, running hard and setting up another great series of plays. Unfortunately, though, the Chiefs suffered a miscommunication between Mahomes and Isaiah Pacheco, leading to a fumble. The Bills jumped on it, and they turned it into a 10-play, 72-yard drive that was capped off by an incredible diving effort from James Cook to put Buffalo ahead 10-7. At this point, the Bills seemed to have seized some momentum, but the Chiefs weren't rattled. They faced a crucial 4th and 1 in their own territory, but Mahomes kept it himself and scrambled for 6 yards, proving once again that his legs are a huge weapon in critical moments. That kept the drive alive, and from there, Mahomes hit Xavier Worthy for a touchdown, who managed to make a diving catch on a beautiful throw. Worthy had an absolute breakout game, and this touchdown was a testament to his ability to make big plays when it mattered most. Now, the game kept going back and forth, and even when Buffalo went 3 and out on their next possession, the Chiefs' special teams stepped up. Nick Ruggiero had one of the most insane punt returns I've ever seen, making multiple defenders miss and switching sides of the field to set up an incredible catch by Xavier Worthy along the right sideline. The Bills challenged the play, but after review, the catch stood. Worthy had an insane game, and this was just another example of his ability to make plays that not only got the Chiefs in position, but also deflated the Buffalo defense. That play set up, Mahomes scramble for another touchdown, and after some drama involving Damar Hamlin and a penalty, the Chiefs went up 21-10. But, of course, Buffalo isn't a team you can ever count out. They responded with a perfectly executed 2-minute drill, going no huddle, and driving down the field to score a 34-yard touchdown to Mac Holland, who made a phenomenal catch while being tightly covered by Trent McDuffie. That was a perfect throw. Perfect catch, nothing more you could ask for. The Bills were back in it, and the score stood at 21-16 heading into halftime. The second half began with the Chiefs getting the ball first, but things quickly went south as Mahomes took a sack on 3rd and 11, knocking them out of field goal range. That forced a punt, and Buffalo had the ball back with the chance to take the lead. They ran the ball with incredible efficiency. Cook had a massive 33-yard run, and Allen converted a 4th and 1 with his legs. But it was James Cook who capped off the drive with a gritty touchdown, diving across the goal line after a massive hit to put the Bills up 22-21. Once again, though, the Bills couldn't convert the 2-point attempt, so the lead was just 1 point. But the Bills were in front, and the pressure was on. The Chiefs, of course, weren't backing down. They went 3 and out on the next drive, and with the defense on the field for what felt like forever, they needed to step up in a huge way. And they did. And the Chiefs got the ball back after a crucial stop on 4th and 1, where Allen was initially ruled to have made it, but was later deemed short after a review. That was a turning point in the game. If the Bills had converted that, they could have driven down for the win. Instead, the Chiefs got another shot, and Mahomes did what he does best. He connected with Juju for a big gain, and Kareem Hunt ran hard to get them inside the 10-yard line. On another key play, Mahomes kept it himself again and ran in for his second rushing touchdown of the night. For us, he's now led 28-22. And just when you thought the game was all but over, Buffalo kept fighting back. James Cook had a 23-yard catch and run, and Mac Holland came up huge once again with a 32-yard grab with the game tied at 28. Both teams were now looking for one final play to seal the win. The Chiefs were on the ropes with just a few minutes left, but they managed to drive down the field with big plays from Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, and Travis Kelce. Ultimately, they ended up in field goal range, and Harrison Butker nailed a 35-yard field goal to give the Chiefs a 3-point lead. That put the pressure back on Buffalo, but the defense stepped up big time. The Bills were only able to gain 17 yards on 6 plays, and when they faced a critical 4th and 5, Allen was under pressure, forced to throw a prayer while being hit by George Karlaftis. The ball was tipped and ultimately fell incomplete. The Chiefs had turned the ball over on downs, and the game was theirs. It's crazy when you think about it. Mahomes had the same number of rushing attempts as Josh Allen, but he actually outgained him by 4 yards and had 2 more rushing touchdowns. That's just wild. If you told me that Mahomes was going to outrush Allen and outscore him on the ground, I would have raised an eyebrow. But that's exactly what happened. When you add in Mahomes' passing numbers, he went 18 of 26 for 245 yards and a touchdown through the air. He had almost 300 total yards and 3 total touchdowns. That's pretty much as good as it gets. The only blemish was the fumble, which if you take it out, would have made for a near perfect game. Here, let's talk about the Bills. They had a solid showing too. Don't get me wrong. Josh Allen threw 2 touchdown passes, and James Cook was impressive on the ground, also scoring 2 touchdowns. But when it came down to it, they just couldn't finish. 2 failed 2-point conversions and 2 turnovers on downs were ultimately what did them in. It was still a nail biter, just a 3-point game. But you can't leave points on the board in a game like this, especially when you're going up against a team like the Chiefs. So one of the most surprising things in this game was that Kansas City lost the turnover battle, but still managed to win. That fumble I mentioned earlier, yeah, that was crucial. But what's insane is that the Bills fumbled the ball 4 times in this game, and they recovered all of them. 4 fumbles and no turnovers. That's pure turnover luck right there. Josh Allen almost threw 3 interceptions in this game, but somehow he came away with 0 turnovers. That's just one of those things you can't count on. When the ball bounces your way like that, it's a gift, but it also means you've got to capitalize. And the Bills weren't able to do that. On the flip side, Kansas City really stepped up in the red zone. They're 4 for 6 in the red zone, which is a solid conversion rate. I truly believe if that early fumble didn't happen, they would have scored a touchdown on that drive and hit 39 points. Wouldn't have changed the final result, but 39 points would have been the ultimate knockout blow. But hey, 32 points was enough, and that's a good number to hit in a playoff game. So for all the haters who think the Chiefs can't score over 30, this game should shut that talk down. They're more than capable of putting up big numbers when it matters most. Speaking of stepping up, let's talk about the defense. Kansas City was all over Josh Allen. The defense pressured him 26 times, and Chris Jones led the charge with 8 pressures. Jones had 6 hurries, and his win percentage was 33. That's insane. The guy is one of the best players in the league for a reason, and he proved it again in this game. But it wasn't just Jones. Mike Dana had a near sack early in the game, and then he had a strip sack on Allen in the second quarter. Allen managed to recover the ball, but that was a huge moment. Turk Wharton also got a sack, and George Karlaftis was making plays all over the field. He had some crucial back-to-back plays on that final drive. They made life difficult for Allen all day long. And it showed. Another unsung hero on defense was rookie cornerback Trent McDuffie. He played lights out, and he really helped contain the Bills' receiving course. The Chiefs did a great job of keeping Allen off balance and forcing him into tough situations, and the defense as a whole got the job done. The defensive line pressured Allen all day, and that was a huge key to the win. But it wasn't just about the defense. Kansas City's offensive line was a key part of this victory as well. Jawan Taylor, despite giving up 3 pressures, was solid overall. But the real standout was Creed Humphrey and Joe Thuney. They didn't allow a single pressure. That's incredible. Thuney was filling in at left tackle and did an amazing job, especially considering he was playing out of position. The O-line really held it down and gave Mahomes the protection he needed to make plays. Let's also not forget the special teams. Nico Rios had that incredible 41-yard punt return, which helped give the offense great field position. And Harrison Butker, what a guy. He kicked 3 extra points and that crucial 35-yard field goal in the fourth quarter that sealed the game. And here's a stat for you. Butker has never missed a postseason field goal in the fourth quarter or overtime in his career. He's 11 for 11 in those clutch moments, and that's something to be proud of. Now, even though Travis Kelce didn't have a monster game, he still played a crucial role. The Bills did a good job of limiting him, but Mahomes found other guys to make plays. And Kelce did what he does best. He threw a key block on Mahomes' rushing touchdown. Pico and Perrin both had clutch catches on that final drive, helping to ice the game. And let's not forget about the coaching staff, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, and Steve Spagnuolo. The game plans on both sides of the ball were brilliant, and they deserve a ton of credit for this victory. So now the Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl. They'll be facing the Eagles in Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, a rematch of Super Bowl 57. The Eagles were dominant in their NFC Championship game, scoring 7 rushing touchdowns. Are not going to be an easy opponent, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think the Chiefs have a great chance of winning the Super Bowl, and I feel confident about it. That's a conversation for another day, but I do believe the Chiefs are inevitable. And that's why I titled this video, The Chiefs Run the NFL, and there's nothing you can do about it. Some people still try to claim the Chiefs get all the breaks or that it's rigged, but let's be real. Kansas City just knows how to win when it counts. Mahomes had one of the best games of his career in terms of success rate. The offense has been doubted. The turnovers have been criticized, but time and time again, they prove the haters wrong. This feels like destiny. There's just off enough about me. What do you think? What stood out to you in this game? Who were the players who flew under the radar that maybe I didn't mention? I'm sure there are some I missed. So let me know in the comments below. Until next time, let's freaking go Chiefs.